Hello and welcome back to another episode on the channel here with Captain GG, and today we have episode 3 of our UK build here in City Skylines. If you have missed the previous episodes, you can check them out on the channel if you go to the City Skylines playlist, but today we are continuing on with episode 3. So in the last episode we built out this nice rural area of our UK build. We also built our little commercial area. But for today, I want to start looking at some of our transport links, some of our A roads, and some of our little villages that are going to come off these A roads. We have an area earmarked for this, which is, if we zoom out, all the way over the other side of the city. We will come back to this in just a moment, but over here we already have an A road that we have built in that's going to run all the way through and all the way down over here and back out the other side of the city. Now, in order to obviously get that far, we did have to buy a square, so we went and bought the square that is west of the city. Like I say, that A road will come through and we'll have some nice little villages up in and amongst that. Now, before we get into that, you will see that we don't have that much money. We have a huge demand for residential and also for commercial. Now, we've already had this area already earmarked for some more residential, and I'm probably going to get some more commercial or a nice big park in there in order to boost the land value. Now, we have already got a district painted over this, so we've got Sterling Heights. I've gone into themes and our theme manager, and we have created a theme which is UK Homes 2023. Now, we do have a load of bungalows in here. They're going to be the large ones that are going to be used out the background near the trees, but we also do have a lot of semi-detached properties as well. Some really nice properties. Again, I'll put a link in the description to the workshop, so you can grab these guys for yourselves. But like I say, there's some really nice properties in and amongst all this. I think they're going to go down really nice, and we're just going to allow, instead of us plopping it like we normally would, we're just going to allow this area to fill in as is. So like I say, I've painted it all out. I've already got my residential areas marked as well. You'll see a lot of them are only by 3. We're not going back by 4 because a lot of these homes are 2x3s, 3x3s, 4x3s, but not a lot 3x4s. The only ones that are by 4s are the ones at the back here. Like I say, they're going to be those bungalows that we mentioned. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow this to play, let it start building in as we run through some of the detailing in which we have completed. So let's get this off of pause, and whilst it is starting to fill in, we'll run through some of the detailing we've done over in our commercial areas. So over to our commercial areas, then we have managed to find a surface painter that is working, and you can see we have gone round the back of the commercial properties and laid a load of concrete, and also over the other side of the road where we've got our petrol station and our pub. There's a path in here, but again all covered by concrete. The same over here when we've got our police station, a fire station, etc. We've done the same over here with our school. You can see it here. We've left a little bit of grass in there for the kids to play on, and we've left another space here available to get another nice little building in. So a bit of the detailing has been done. We've also added trees to the other areas of the city as well, but I think what we need to do is we need to go and get some water. Clearly need to get some water over here and find a way of jumping the electric across. So our water pipes have been laid under the roads, or where they should be. Thanks to City Planner Plays, everyone now must put their pipes under the roads. But like I say, they have been put in. We have had to force some electricity across. We will be looking to get rid of these power lines once these other houses have started to grow in. So it didn't take long for our residential demand to go down. We still have a huge demand for commercial, which we will look to bring in over here at some point. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to go and concentrate over on our A road and start to have a look at how we can build this out. Finally, having a look at this northern section, then like I said, we want to start looking at connecting this main road here into our A road that is going to run down over here. Over to our left hand side, we do have our industry area. Now there is a district over this, and that is for forestry, because I plan to have some forestry up in this area, pretty much going all the way up to the A road and coming back down and along this sort of other road here, this rural road, which will connect over to our A road. Now the idea is that this A road is going to be sunk. This is also going to come around here. It's probably going to sink underneath the water and come back out the other side. But for now, we do need to have a look at sinking this all the way through, but then maybe bringing it up level round about here so that this road can connect nice, and then it will run through in a sort of like rural area, very much a village area, which we will create probably in another episode, as today we've got so much going on, especially as I want to start getting this forestry area built as well. So like I say, first things first, we need to have a look at what road we are actually going to use for this A road. So having a look at it here, the A road, the way I live in Milton Keynes, there's a lot of A roads. They're dual carriageways, they're 70 miles an hour, so nice and quick, nice and easy to get on and off. So we need to think of a perfect road in order to use throughout this. So we could go for this one here. It has a median, but it's sort of like a walkway median. Don't really want that. We could go for the one with trees, but it's not exactly safe on a fast road. This one here does have a median. I think we're going to go with that here, because we definitely wouldn't want parking on it, and we'd want to up the speed if we was to go with that road. Or you've got this one here, which has a bike lane. Don't have bike lanes on them, so that is fine as well. Let's go for this one. No parking, which is nice. Our budget is a little bit on the thin side, so this might end up costing me a fair bit. So let's just zoom out and we'll get all of this upgraded. We don't want to upgrade it all, particularly because obviously it is going to drop down into this road, which will then, as you go through sort of village areas, they turn into sort of one-lane roads either side. So we don't want it coming too far. We probably only want it coming to about here as it sinks, and that's going to be the area it starts to come up. So that is nice. This rural road here is going to be the road that we use as it comes off of this. So if we pick this with the picker mod, and then we come over here and we look to upgrade these roads, that was not the picker mod, with the picker mod. There we go, and we can upgrade this through sort of the village section that it will be. I'm not sure how far the village section is going to go at this point, so I'm just going to run it down to there. Don't need to run it all the way down, because obviously that is going to be for a later episode. Now obviously we need to work on this part. I'm not sure exactly when the change is going to happen, but before we do that, I'm going to head over here and we're going to start looking at sinking this. What I might do is just clear some of the trees just to make it visually easier. Let's get a bigger size, and I'm just going to clear out all of this. Don't want to clear out too much, because obviously our forestry area is going to go there, but we're going to clear this out. We also need to think of the junction, but again, I have some sort of junction in mind in which we want to use, and which I'll get onto a little bit later. So we need to have a look at sinking this road. So I believe we can do that with the Move It mod. Okay, so let's have a look at this in the Move It mod then. So if we get rid of all the buildings, decals, services, trees, we need to keep nodes, and we need to obviously get rid of props. Then what I can do is I can do sort of like a blanket section over this. If I go, that's probably about right. So we go from here and stretch this right the way out to there. That is the last node we need, which is nice. And then that should just be page down, right? Page down, and that should start, we should start seeing it sinking. It is sinking, which is nice. How low do we want to go? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe a little, that might be a little too low. Let's come up at, do you know what, I'm going to go with that for now. So I think it's a good starting point, as we can see it. Yeah, I think that looks fine. There's plenty of area and space for us to get a sort of a roundabout over the top of this, allowing ease of access off. Okay, so that's good. And then we need to have a look at sloping it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these nodes from about here all the way down, maybe back to this last node. Hopefully then if we go into here, we use slope objects. Okay, it slopes it pretty nice. I think that's fine. If we go over here, that's the right. Yep, okay, that's cool, that's cool. That slopes down. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Don't we love it, chat? Okay, let's have a look at sorting out these roads then and connecting these two roads up. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the picker mod. We're going to pick this road again. We're then going to use maybe the freeform tool, and then off of here we probably want to come out straight. In fact, do you know what? I think that is just going to be sort of like, can we really use a straight connection like that? Okay, maybe we need to bend it a little. Maybe we need to bend it a little. Okay, let's go to there, and then we will use maybe the freeform just to get a little bit of a bend on here. So I want to come up into this one here. Okay, looks okay. And then they're basically going to have this same road. Using this rural road, we're going to pick and upgrade said roads. And then how far back do we really want it to be turning into the 2-lane? Is that fine for the 2-lane as we slope down? You're picking up speed at that point. So I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to use the picker mod and bring this road up here and connect them in there. So as you go into the 2, that's when you start sloping down, picking up your speed. This is coming up the hill, releasing off the gas and reducing speed, which is nice. So from this point of view then, so when you're coming down this rural road, obviously it is one way, so we might need to do a little bit of work to this junction here. So you can either go straight off here, keep going, or come into this one. But now what that's going to do is it's going to cut across this traffic here, which is that can't stay like that, chat. There'll be massive accidents. It's a pretty quick road, although there is roads similar to that in the UK, at least the way I drive. So let's have a look and see what we can do with that. Okay, so a nice easy way to resolve this issue, I think, is just going to be to install a little roundabout. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring these back a little bit, bring this one back a bit as well. So then we're going to grab our roads. We're just going to use, let's just use the dirt road for now. We basically want to be coming off of this road anyway, so I'm just going to use this as a point of reference. And then we want our roundabout to probably be about here. Let's do it here. Just go up there and go up there. And then we should have, if we press Control O, now that should give us our roundabout builder mod. We do want it a little bit smaller than that, so we're going to come over here, we're going to get our radius, we're going to change that to, let's say 20, because 40 was huge. 20 seems pretty reasonable. There we go. There it is. So our little roundabout, it is all ready to go. So now we have that in place, we can have a look at potentially upgrading the middle of this road, but I think all is fine. We do want to just make sure it's going the right way. It is indeed. Should be coming up here on the left hand side, coming on, and then maybe going off, or coming here and then going off. It is a little bit tight on some of these nodes, so we could go into node controller and make them a little bit more swift, but I think for now it is fine. Like I say, this isn't going to be used all that much at the moment. It is simply just to come off of this A road that's going to run all the way down over here, and maybe obviously link up into this northern section in which we need to complete. Like I say, we do have a lot of demand for commercial, and also our demand for our industries have gone up as well. So that will bring us on to our next point, which will be our industry area. A lot of the UK, obviously, we have a lot of like land just lying around doing nothing. You wouldn't think it because there's a massive housing crisis, but a lot of land is owned by farmers and so on and so forth. Industry wise, there isn't a great deal of forestry in the UK as far as I'm aware. I haven't done my research, probably should have done prior to this video, but we are going to create some forestry industry all in this area here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start building out a base layout for our forestry industry, and we'll do that via a time lapse. We have a little problem. More than a little problem. We have some serious traffic issues at our little sort of commercial hub. This is not looking very, very good. To be fair, traffic outside of it is running okay. It is going to build up as people try to get in and out. Maybe we need to put another through road through over here, but this guy is just, he's had enough and he's just driving through anyway. I think we need to give these guys a lot more parking than what is being used here. Now, these are only decals, so they're not actually being used, which is kind of annoying, and I don't really like them. I want to get rid of them. So what I'm thinking of doing is turning this area over here into quite a large parking lot. We are going to obviously need to separate it from our residential area over here. We can use some nice trees to do that, some nice big tall conifers and some fencing, etc, etc. But I think we need to have a look at getting some parking in. Now, I've just had a quick look at the parking in which I have available. So I do have this one available to us at the moment. Now, it's not the prettiest parking. It really isn't. But it's usable and they should use it. So I'm going to go in and use a fair few of these. Probably not off of this main road, because otherwise they're going to go in and do that. I think what I'm actually going to do is have a road that comes off of the roundabout and then comes into this area. So I think we are due a little time lapse, don't you? Okay, chat, I'm not super fond of this. Open to ideas if anyone has any better ideas. We're going to just have to imagine that these are stairs. Stairs would be pretty steep, right? A slope like that is very steep. However, we're going to pretend that they are stairs. I'm sorry for those who are disabled. You might well struggle. We do not have lifts. We might just have a look at bringing this over to this side. They can cross over here and probably come over. So let's just have a quick look on one side. Let's see if we was to do that. We was to use our path and bring this across to here and then run it down. We've got a lot more space to potentially maneuver this and we could bring it right out here, and I think we might be okay if we bring it like this far. It's gonna want to snap. That probably looks okay. I mean, let me know. Let me know what you think about these two. Which would you prefer? We want them really not crossing here. We want them all crossing over this side as opposed to this side. So we may have a look at turning off some of the crossings. In fact, we will look to do that. We already have no crossing, no crossing, no crossing on this one. No crossing, no crossing over here. Let's get no crossing. And on this one, let's get no crossing as well. So they have no crossing underneath the bridges now. On this one, we want to turn crossing off from here, and also we need to do this one as well. So let's get those done. We don't want them crossing that side. They cross here, I guess, and they cross here, and then they could just walk around. They don't need to cross over this side, but I guess it's probably better that they do. There's not really any traffic coming from that side. Okay, things aren't looking that bad, are they? Maybe they are. Shall we have a look? I'm not. Yeah, okay. Let's pretend we didn't look over there. So we are still having major issues, which is annoying. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a look at this road here and potentially ban certain vehicles from coming down here. So taxis are okay, buses are okay. Let's just ban cars. If we just ban cars from this side, we are obviously playing on hard mode, where traffic does not despawn, so that is obviously making things a little bit more difficult. But if we ban cars from here, I think that'll be the majority of the traffic coming in and out. And then, like I said, I don't think we're ever going to need buses going into here, because they could just come over to this side. So I'm going to turn buses off as well. I'm actually going to turn taxis off also. So we've just got the load vehicles, we've got the garbage collection, and we've got emergency vehicles as well. Maybe that will be enough to sort of take the stress off of over here. I guess we'll find out, right? We have a little bit of a crime problem as well. We did lower our budget over on crime. Like I say, get in the comments and let me know whether you like the one on the right hand side for the bridge or the left hand side for the bridge. I feel like that's stairs, and we could just leave it like this, so you've got stairs and you've got like disabled access over this side, giving disabled people longer to walk. Is it really fair? Well, I'm saying about walking, but you get the point. Irrelevant. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of that below. Okay, so I've just become a little conscious on time and how long this episode has been, so I think we are going to cap it there. Our industry area, our forestry area really is starting to come along now, with all of these walking paths in which you can see here really giving ease of access around all sort of like the orchards and all like the big the big forestry trees here at the back. So that's starting to look good. I have done a bit of detailing over this side. This side still needs some detailing, in which we can go into in a later episode. And then also over the other side of the city, this area has started to fill in, but at the start of the next episode, I think we need to come in and do a little bit of ploppable work, just to really fill out this area. Maybe change a couple of the houses out the back, because although I'm happy with some of these houses that are out the back, a lot of them as well are just a little bit out of place. Like, you have these nice houses here that works. This bungalow in the middle just sort of doesn't work, so I really want to try and change that out. And also with some of these houses, you can see this one has like the wall around the back, for example, and then these ones don't. So I need to go in and have a look at our assets and make sure that I've got all of the assets. If I get that sorted, and then I should be able to just come in next episode, and as they upgrade, they'll have their other parts in there. But in general, this area really is starting to look nice. There's a couple of pubs in and around here now as well, and then obviously we did work on the parking over here as well. Off camera, we did add a couple of the side roads in, just because this junction was becoming so busy. Also, you need to let us know what you prefer in terms of the overpass over here. I did redo it because I had to redo this roundabout because we were getting some weird glitchy stuff, and as you can see, I haven't put down the two walk paths either side, so I'll get that sorted off camera as well. But yeah, guys, if you haven't enjoyed the episode, I really would appreciate it if you could drop us a thumbs up, because it really does help. And other than that, we'll catch you on the next episode. Peace out.